Once I became born again, the fake Jesus, the fallen angels, the spirit of the Antichrist did not give up on me. They just changed their tactics. Now, all of the outward manifestations stopped. Never once since I've been born again, 35 years, has any spirit stepped into my body and spoken. I don't do any automatic writing. Any of the things that I did, practiced when I was an occultist. But the strategy changed. I came in to Christianity finding out about Jesus and Jesus' concentration on healing. And I just assumed, wrongly assumed, that the power I had to heal was of God. I just never once, in fact, I didn't even know the devil existed for somewhere in the 80s. I found that out. I think it was 1983. So they changed up on me, working with my first false assumption, which was that the psychic powers that I had were from God. The powers that I had were very much like that of Todd Bentley. I did all kinds of strange things. I can remember getting up underneath a bed in a hospital room and laying my hands on the back of the mattress underneath the bed with a sick patient in the bed. Patient had 2 days to live. After I did whatever it was I did, my little hoobie-jooby, I did it. They lived for 2 more years. Everybody was like, ooh, she's a healer. No, that's not healing. Healing is that you don't die of the same thing you were sick with. And I was given information, which was not from God, that my calling was to heal people with cancer. So people were coming to me with cancer, and they would go into remission, and that would look like I healed them, or that God used me to heal them. You know. But I'm one of these kinds of people. I'm a perfectionist. And I'm like, hey, where's the truth in this? How is it people are living longer, but they're dying of the same thing I was supposed to have healed them of? When I preached my trial sermon, it was October 25th, 1981. Photographs were taken. I have that photograph online if anyone is interested to see it. Beside me in the picture, on my left hand side, is the head of a gargoyle. You can see it plainly. And he had high cheekbones. Looked like he had little horns or whatnot in his head. Long chin. Gargoyle. And his green eyebrow was touching my healing hand. Now, it was obvious this was not an angel sent from God. I rationalized for a while, why is that green eyebrow of that gargoyle touching your hand, Pam? And ultimately, after a few decades, the Lord revealed what that was all about. He said to me, you must renounce that healing power that you had prior to being born again. Renounce that. He didn't promise, I'm going to give you my gift of healing. He just simply said, renounce that and don't do it anymore. Today, I put my hands on nobody. I was so set up that in my living room on a Saturday afternoon while children were watching cartoons, one of them, a young 9-year-old girl, rose up and prophesied to me. She said, the waters of heaven shall flow down upon your house. These waters shall heal the city. Great miracles shall flow from this house. That was January the 8th, 1983, on a Saturday. And she said it over and over and over again. Never once did I think, well, is this God speaking through her? I just automatically assumed that it was. And I named my ministry Healing Waters. As I was doing an investigation in 2007 on the fake Jesus, I was doing research that ended up being the book, The Fake Jesus. This one. I'll show it to you. The Fake Jesus. Yes. Fallen angels among us. I discovered that the spirit of the Antichrist, one of his key words is healing waters. When I saw that, I was in a state of shock. From 1983 until the day I discovered that, my ministry was called Healing Waters. Maitreya is said to have appeared in 1977 in July, and that he appeared in Mexico where he healed the waters, and anybody who stepped into the waters of Mexico, I forget the name of the river or the lake, whatever it was, whenever they stepped in there, they got healed by Maitreya. Maitreya is a fallen angel who in his rap fits every trait of the Antichrist. So, 2 years after I entered into ministry, I was set up. I was bonded, branded by the spirit of the Antichrist with his name, Healing Waters. Woo! When I discovered that, that name came down off of everything. This is the first time I'm even mentioning it in public. I'm doing it for the purpose of this video, to let you know that healing in these end times is going to be a prominent sign of the spirit of the Antichrist. They said, Well, if we're going to lose her to the occult, now that she's become a Christian, we're going to brand her. Well, it didn't work out. Because I'm a lover of truth. And the Holy Ghost saw to it that I found out in due time. In due time.